Welcome back to the cryptowrld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, Bitcoin is still running into this critical area of resistance while the price is getting very close to a liquidation zone in the short term. So I'll be talking about that in just a moment. Definitely stick around. First of all, just giving you a quick update here on the daily Bitcoin chart, and over the last one day, not a lot has changed here on the daily time frame. So as of right now, the price of Bitcoin is still trading within this short-term bullish trend, forming higher lows and higher highs. And if you're looking at the daily Bitcoin price oscillators, right now, the MACD is still looking more bullish than bearish, but is not showing as much momentum compared to some of these previous moves. And so essentially, the MACD has not really changed all that much over the last one day, and something similar can be said about the daily Bitcoin RSI, which is also still trending to the upside, forming higher lows and higher highs, which means the bullish divergence on the daily time frame is technically still active. And in order to invalidate this bullish divergence, we need to see a breakdown in the RSI or the price into lower lows and lower highs again, or ideally simply seeing a breakdown in the RSI below this ascending line of support that can also act as an invalidation signal for this bullish divergence. But considering the fact that that has not yet happened, once again, the RSI is still trending to the upside, holding above this ascending line of support, forming higher lows like the price action. Once again, this means the bullish divergence is still active, which means we should be expecting either choppy sideways price action, if not a bullish relief, which has been playing out as expected over the last few weeks. And just staying on the daily Bitcoin chart, once again, the price of Bitcoin is still running into this significant area of resistance, sitting in between around 27.9k to 28.2k. And this area of resistance is based on previous resistance in the price of Bitcoin, and also the volume profile indicator showing a lot of traded volume, a lot of selling pressure around that price range. And so for the Bitcoin bulls out there, we would need to see a confirmed breakout above 28.2k with confirmation, like for example, at least a daily candle close, if not flipping that level into new support, in order to confirm the breakout to the upside and head up towards the next significant area of resistance, sitting in between around 29.1k to 29.4k. And so once again, that is the next price target to the upside if we first confirm a breakout above 28.2k, which as of right now has not yet happened. We are still testing this important resistance. And now if we do end up seeing another rejection from this resistance, then in that case, looking at the 6-hour time frame, looking at these short-term support levels, we could find some support at around 27.6k to 27.7k, but we have some more significant supports based on these Fibonacci levels and this previous descending line of resistance sitting at around 27.1k to 27.2k, acting as support. But in a more bearish scenario, if we actually saw a break below that level, then in that case, we should also find some support at around 26.7k and the golden pocket in between 26.1k to 26.3k. And as for resistance, once again, we simply just need to pay attention to that major resistance on the daily time frame. And if you're taking a look at this liquidation heat map here, we can see a massive area of liquidity sitting in between around 27.6k to 27.7k, which is where estimated a lot of liquidations are sitting at. And so oftentimes when we have an area of liquidity like that, we often usually see the price of Bitcoin actually enter into that area of liquidity, once again in between 27.6k to 27.7k. And to the upside, we do actually have a small area of liquidity to the upside above the current price of Bitcoin, sitting in between around 28.2k to 28.3k. And so essentially right now, the price of Bitcoin is basically in a choppy sideways price range in the shorter term, in between those areas of liquidity. And so just in the short term here, this can actually be a potential opportunity for a grid bot strategy. And if you want to know more about that, then stick around to the end of this video to find out more how you can easily make money from choppy sideways price action in the short term. But first, getting into the Ethereum part of this video, this is on the daily ETH to US dollar chart, and I'll keep this quick as well because over the last one day, not a lot has changed on this chart, because as you can see, the price of ETH is still trading in between this important area of resistance, sitting in between around 1620 to 1660. And so for the bulls out there, we would need to see a confirmed breakout back above 1660 and ideally flip that into new support in order to become more confident in more of a shorter term bullish trend and to potentially head back up towards these local highs. But once again, just in the imminent short term, the price of ETH is struggling in that area of resistance. And in fact, right now we're in between that area of resistance and this ascending line of support, which is currently sitting at around 1610. And as for the daily Ethereum price oscillators, first of all, the daily Ethereum MACD is showing almost no momentum right now. Technically speaking, it's looking more bullish than bearish because we have not yet confirmed a new bearish cross. But once again, this is showing almost no momentum, which basically means we do not really have a strong direction on the chart as of right now. So like I said in my last video on the channel, the MACD is basically pointing towards some choppy sideways price action playing out, at least in the short term. And once again, if you want to know how to easily profit from choppy sideways price action, stick around to the end of this video. But first, looking at the RSI, once again, this is still trending to the upside, forming higher lows and higher highs, which means the bullish divergence is technically still active here on the daily time frame. And so once again, as I've been saying over the last few weeks, since all the way back down here, we should be expecting either choppy sideways price action, if not a bullish relief on the daily time frame, which obviously has been playing out over the last couple of weeks. But once again, the point of invalidation would simply be a breakdown in the RSI or the price into lower lows or below this ascending line of support in the RSI, because if that happens, once again, that would be an invalidation signal for the bullish divergence. But as of right now, that has not yet happened. And if you're zooming into the shorter term, looking at the 6-hour ETH to US dollar chart, as of right now, the price of ETH is actually bouncing from just above the golden pocket area of support, sitting in between around 1605 to 1610 approximately. And as of right now, the price of ETH is actually running into a bit of short-term resistance at this 50% retracement level, sitting at around 1635 to 1637. But if we see a confirmed breakout back above that level, then we would likely head up towards this level at around 1660, which is more significant resistance in the short term. And once again, in a more bullish scenario, if we actually saw a breakout back above 1660, then in that case, that would be a very bullish signal in the short term, and we would likely head up to at least 1.7k, if not these previous highs, sitting at around 1740 to 1750 approximately. And as for short-term support, in case the price of ETH actually breaks back below the golden pocket, then in that case, we have this 78.6% Fibonacci level of support sitting at around 1570 to 1580 approximately. But once again, right now in the imminent short term, the price of ETH is basically just chopping around sideways, similar to what Bitcoin has been doing over the last one day. And if you want to know how you can easily profit during choppy sideways price action just like this, then make sure to watch the video in the bottom left of your screen right now, because that video explains the grid bot strategy, which shows you how to make money once again in choppy sideways price action, and the video in the top left shows you how you can easily profit if the price is bullish or bearish using AI. But anyway, that's everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.